Hello everyone, we're back with the Grade Ace Attorney. Last time we ended off right before a summation examination. It's still fun to say. Get to it. Know that woman for years! She'd never be an accomplice to anything. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another. Oh dear. Most troubling. Clearly the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it? I've had my own problems with members of the police. Do not trust them much. They know rigorous proof that this waxwork is ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture. Accusing someone without right evidences? He's not doing a proper job, is he? I won't have it. Okay, so we have the glass, obviously. Somewhat unsurprisingly, there's the introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings as polarized opinion. Given that its face is obscured, its build is in no way resembles that of the victim. I can only applaud my learned friend's temerity at suggesting it is Mr. Aswin's body double. So obviously it's gonna have his face. How did Two Spells know that was his face? You think she dug it up? Yes, the applause is deafening. Yes, I know it seems extraordinary. That's the point. That's why I have a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone yet realizes. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? Can't explain why at the moment. Feels though there's a specific reason why it was used, but it had to be this model. Really? Reason why nothing else would do, you mean? Yes, I'm convinced. Something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim. Well, that's the case. We must prevent the child from ending prematurely at all costs. It's agreed. I have to find a way out of this. You're ready, counsel? You may proceed with the summation examination. Yes, my lord. And there he is in the background, just chilling. Hence is rebuttal. Oh, we're down to 2 HP. Oh no. Why is it? This is a weird order. Usually it just goes. Okay, it's an order except for him. That's just weird. The most obvious is this. Hold it. Try pressing this. You claimed the whole instantaneous kinesis thing was a trick. That I did. More than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, isn't there? Sorry? Grant, you're given that this cage appeared from amidst an explosion, and have had no need to use a real person. If waxwork had been used, hope we could at least have the decency to make it look like the victim. Okay. Some evidence. But that is not science. What is that? I wonder if it's gonna accept it. Oh? Just warning you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. Given your jet black outfit, don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here. You only trust mad scientists. You don't trust anyone in black? In the mirror must be very trying. You have some evidence. I hope it accepts this. Take that! Okay, it does. Okay. What's that? A piece of glass? It was unusually thick for glass. It's a piece of broken glass that we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. As you say, it's not ordinary glass though. It's extra thick, clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that is developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower. Crystal Tower? Holy smoke! Exactly. The centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. The day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through a window of that glass. Once this small piece originated. Is that it? Precisely. So what do you say? Now that the clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you. Well, the glass could have come from anywhere. I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, the reasoning is sound. It's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. In light of what you showed me here, yes. You're obliged to change my position on the matter. Okay, juror number 4. He's a Steins Gate Zero fan as well, actually. We'll amend your statement now, please. Oh, we didn't get At least we in little doubt that the waxwork is indeed inside the birdcage. Is that Corn Girl then? Maybe? Let's see what else we got. I think the guide said 3 and 6 when I looked at it earlier. That was like hours ago today. I took a break. I don't know. Why don't you trust the police? Hold it! What sort of problems? Okay, obviously the policeman is gonna have some. Let's just say we run into each other on numerous occasions. I've been performing on the street. Right, I see. Obviously, artists such as myself cannot appear on stage, so we work in close proximity to our audiences. We perform our great magic in parks, on street corners. Or like, oh, I'll make this disappear from your pocket.
Not in my day.
Use any excuse to make our lives difficult.
Excuse me.
Here we go. Dude, don't do that with your gun. That's terrible gun safety. Do you have anything to say in response to that, Mr. Ottermole? Is that his name? Yeah, who are you calling a mass murderer? Oh, sorry, my mistake. Get confused because I heard you look like him. Don't look anything like the man. You want to be locked up, Sonny? Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Perhaps we can move on. Really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what juror number 3 just said. Clearly, you do. Like he's doing it by the trigger. That could easily go off and shoot anyone right in the head. Back in my day, back in the good old days. Wasn't like this. What was it like, sir? We worked our fingers to the bone to earn the public's trust, we did. By Jove, we earned it. People respected us back then. Respected you? Where's this going? No one would have caught a coroner into question in them days. Coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name to it. Okay, we have the autopsy report. She's the best of the best. The apple blink. Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens? Ah, sorry, got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name. Maiden name? That was before she was married. Of course, yeah, silly me. Scythe now, isn't it? Stevens? I've seen that name somewhere recently. Anyway, the point is, it's the great days of policing, not like now. Sorry to interrupt, but add that to the testimony. Yeah, okay. Yes, I don't see why not. Courtney Stevens, of course, we can't present here, so I assume we press this. She's legendary, was she? What did you say? I was still the best coroner in the land. Legendary, so your description, not mine. Rubbish! That word never passed my lips. Never describe anybody that way. Ever! Not if they're still in the game. The point you're trying to make is that she's an extremely talented coroner. That'd be fair? It would! One for the fact that you're trying to drag the legendary woman's reputation to the mud. I pretend I didn't hear legendary. Okay, let's... Not... What? 3? I don't see how 3 and 6 relate. Okay, well... Oh no, she's 3. Let's press this. How do you assume that? Quite simply because that unsettling swindler has no relationship with the woman, does he? True. This stands we don't know any connection. Gosh, well, wouldn't it be delightfully romantic if there's somehow a mutual interest in the waxwork? Romantic? Women of society such as myself use everything in terms of relationships, you know? Okay, sure. You learn something new every day, even if you don't want to. One might wonder that a possible relationship between the defendant and this coroner woman. I'm wondering if his last name's actually Scythe. Perhaps between the defendant and the handsome prosecutor just there. Woman. It'd be more astute than I've been giving her credit for. But if that's the woman's stance, perhaps demonstrating some connection between them won't be enough. I agree. As soon as we have even a whiff of a connection, she'll be the first to know. Who haven't we pressed? You?
Hold it!
Or you're starting to understand this case. What are you reading there, sir? Man behind those murders on Solar Pond Street was caught in 2 days flat. Real policing for you. Not relevant to the case, is it? You're wrong there. It's Dr. Scythe in charge of examining the bodies. The evidence arising from her work that led to the arrest of the scoundrel responsible. Oh. That's right, oh. That woman is at the forefront of this country's fight against crime. The idea that she's somehow involved in this murky business is a lot of old tosh, as I say, old tosh. But it's up to me to press the jurors, not the other way around. Okay, nothing with him. Who do we have left? Corn Girl? See, this is... I would do that if I had HP immediately, but I'm gonna press her first.
Hold it!
Could I ask? How have you brought that corn to court with you? Colonel Cobb? He's been going back on the farm. Picked him on me way into town. He's a proper nibbler, he is. That seems to be taking quite a while. We could wait until after. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. He colonels at times like these. That is a great pun. I submit to... I'm somewhat big to decide. Colonels always point me in the right direction, see? Talking about your cob of corn? Nibble nobble guilty bobble, nibble not guilty out. Nibble nobble guilty bobble, nibble not guilty out. Okay. Nibble nobble. How many horns does she have? Perhaps in a fortune telling with flower petals like people do back home. Everyone's fate is decided by a cob of coin. At least wait until after we've had some more time. Well, I don't know about that. Comes awfully full already. Maze. Oh, my noise key didn't pick that up. I was breathing out for a long time. Explains a lot. The reason why that particular waxwork had to be used was to do everything we can to make the jurors understand it. Okay. Let's pit them against each other. If we lose, if we get down to 1 HP, I'll pull up the guide. Okay, this is, why is it like this? Why is he first? But then in this, he's last.
Objection.
Okay, it worked. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious. Whose statements do you refer, counsel? Put down your corn for a moment. Juror number 5. Oh, you mean me? Point out that it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. The accusation that the waxwork model was inside the second bird cage on the day in question is not without supporting evidence, as the defense demonstrated to the juror sitting beside you. Oh, is that right? Bless me. Would it be fair to say? Didn't follow the argument? I don't understand much besides Colonel Cobb, to be honest. Of course you don't. If I could interject here. Please do, sir. Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up with some solid evidence, it'd be wrong of me as a man of science not to pursue the matter further. Let's go! I don't think we're getting Corn Girl. Ah, well, me too then. Oh, okay, we got her. Sorry? Brainy gentleman says he's right, then he must be. See? What a dream of going against Colonel Cobb or anyone who's been stuffing between the ears. She missed the button. Success! All of that. Okay, is anyone updated? Not so much. I don't. What was it? 3 and 6? Or is it George number 3 and 6? Well, we can't do 6 anymore. If that's even what it was, I might have remembered it wrong. I mean, I guess they're related. Not trusting the police and, you know, saying you trust the police. Might as well, right?
Objection.
Yeah, the music. Oh yeah, Cosmo's there. Do I need to pull up the guy? Hold on. I mean, see, those are also related, right? But I don't see. You gotta follow the logic of Ace Attorney, and like that's. Oh, did I press the button? Oh no, I didn't know. We're pulling up the guide. Hold on. Great Departed Soul. Control F. Trial Part 3. 4th and 5th jurors? Oh yeah, I did that. 2nd and 6th jurors? Really? What does that have to do with anything? Hold on. Press the 3rd juror. Slide over to the 6th and pursue him. Wait. Hold on. Who's the 3rd juror? You? Yeah, okay, I did that. Okay, sorry. Wait. 2nd and 6th, yeah. How does... I guess we're just... It's just assuming we've read the autopsy report, and I don't know.
Objection.
I don't get the logic to that. Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel? Juror number 2. Oh gosh, me? What can I do for you? Presume you heard what juror number 6 stated in a statement. About to like the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe, which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before. Naturally, as a woman of society, and connections and relationships irresistible. Oh golly, pretty fail to see what you mean. Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens. Through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it. My goodness, evidence, you say? How utterly enthralling. Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. Very much hope there's substance to your claim. Of course, my lord. Oh, I want the court to look at this. Yeah. Oh, that was, oh, you almost got me. Almost got me. I have here a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago. 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have? It is of course from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor. The Professor's? Man was a capital offender, so... That's right. It's a certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. What's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Oh my! Courtney Stevens? Was that an Aria? Strike a light! Here's the Professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. 2 days ago, Dr. Draper very deliberately stole the waxwork of the Professor from Madame Tussauds. A waxwork that doesn't in fact resemble the victim, Mr. Asman, at all. Do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those two events? Absolutely, I'm sure of it. No doubt in my mind that the Professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover. Between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Draper. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships. This is just like in Japanese animes. Apothecary Diaries. Let's go. This is all most extraordinary. Surely I should explore this further. We got her just because she wants to know more. Must. Quite right. Can't let this trial come to an end now. Not while there's a cloud of suspicion hanging over the yard's best coroner. Wasn't like this back in my day. Still here to uphold justice in the end. There you go. I think that 2 and 6 one is really like pushing it. Like, because you don't present the evidence. If you presented the evidence, yeah, it would make tons of sense. But it's like the missing link. Thank you, counsel. That will do. As a result of the summation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. 2 jurors now call guilty, against 4 who call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time. The trial must continue. We did it! Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. Another wonderful victory. A waxwork of the despicable Professor, used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. Must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that it does at least warrant further investigation. The waxwork of the Professor that links Mr. Jabber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link. I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad. I really don't. The truth, sir, by using evidence and testimony. And the book. She hasn't pulled out for a while now. The court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case. Then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model. Yes! Owner? Madame Two Spells. I really thought that Lord Banzings would object to this whole line of inquiry. Very well. Oh, he wants to know more about the Professor, duh. Very well, I concur. Make arrangements for Madame Two Spells to appear as a witness with immediate effect. Listen carefully, my learned. Oh, yes? You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box. Yeah, I mean, like, accusing, like, you know, one of Strongheart's, like, right-hand woman isn't the best. Like, it says, hold on. Where is it? One of Lord Strongheart's most trusted allies. Which, you know, that's not a good look. Especially, you know, he's like a foreigner, nobody likes him already. I do like, is it gonna be evil? Like, he's so sus. I'm kind of thinking he's just actually gonna be a nice guy in the end. Court will now adjourn for 45 minutes. During that time, the prosecution will summon the new witness and prepare for her to taking the stand. Madam Two Spells, yes. I shall see to it at once, my lord. They're gonna get it, go grab her in 45 minutes? Like, he doesn't even have time to, like, prepare testimony or anything. We continue. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep going a little bit because 20 minutes, you know. I called it at a weird spot last time, just, I didn't know how long the summation examination, right? Okay. I don't know how far I'll go. Maybe to the start of the first cross-examination? Ah, the Knight Errant himself. Oh, that's me, yeah. Have you been watching? Been on the edge of my seat the entire time. Courtroom trials are fascinating affairs. As a spectator, at least. Glad you've been enjoying yourself. Hello. I have to ask. What on earth is going on? It makes no sense. What's this professor business all about? He doesn't look like any professor I've ever met. I mean, professors would be a lot more fun if they wore like knight armor. Ah, of course. You were in Germany already 10 years ago. Yes, the professor. When I discovered he was the one who'd been abducted, the foreboding stirred within. Who knew what the monster could come knocking at your door? My heartfelt sympathies! So he said he there to refer to the waxwork. Like, obviously because he isn't real. What if the professor's actually Courtney Scythe? And it doesn't make sense, no. It's gotta be Asmund. As it turns out, Lord Van Zieks is even more intimately tied to this case than any of us realized, isn't he? Yes, how true. I wonder if him being attacked is going to be brought up somehow. His great friend from university in the dock? And now a waxwork of the killer who took his esteemed brother's life with an appearance too. Imagine even the shrewd Mr. Reaper failed to foresee that kick in the teeth. Extraordinary move on your part, my dear fellow, to throw that in front of the man. Undeliberate. Yeah, all deliberate. Can't help feeling. This professor case is really very puzzling. Oh, yes? In what particular matter? Oh, Mr. Jabber, Dr. Scythe, and Lord Van Zieks. Seems that everybody in the trial has a link to the case somehow. Yes! In fact, I alone am not a member of the set. Well, that leaves me as an empty set, all alone with no intersection to any other. Excuse me. Who's depressed? Oh. Oh, that's the depressed Shalm sound effect. Dr. Courtney Scythe, Miss Stevens. How do you say that? Nay? Good day to you. Hello, Shalms. That was very shrewd of you. What in particular, pray? You requested that 10-year-old autopsy report from Gregson, didn't you? I love when Shalms is shown to be actually competent. Why would you assume such a thing? Because Gregson told me. I'm kind of hoping there's a moment where we have to go against Shalms in like one of the final cases. Like thinking like how you go up against Apollo in the end of Dual Destinies, you know? He's not a bad guy, but you're working at different ends. I think it's been 10 years. Or, you know, Shalms is a bad guy. Imagine that. 10 years in the laboratory, wielding my scalpel. I smell of nothing but corpses and disinfectant. The policeman of the jury had a lot to say about you as it happens, Dr. Scythe. Only 10 years? It made it sound like, the policeman made it sound like she'd been working a lot longer. Oh, or I guess it's been 10 years. Oh. No, she's saying she's only worked 10 years in general. So she's like the quarter for like a week. Oh, hey, we got you a serial killer to cut up. Accuse you of being complicit in what happened. Hoping you'll take the stand and tell the truth about what really happened. That certainly won't be possible. Okay. Lord Van Zieks won't be summoning me as a witness. Lord Strongheart has forbidden it. Ooh. Lord Strongheart? The Pandora's box you were warned about is the professor case. How does she know about that? Please don't make the mistake of thinking you'll get any information about it out of me. Attempting to hide from the truth? That's cowardice. I've always fought crime in the way that I see fit. I have no regrets. None at all. And that's all I came here to say. So, good day to you. Strongheart has to know something. Like, if he's not evil, like, well, no, he's got to be corrupt in some way. You mentioned it too. Pandora's box. Whatever does it mean? Really no cause for concern. I assure you, when the trial resumes, the meaning will become all too apparent, whether you like it to or not. Huh? Now then, I believe it's almost time. I must make my way to the public gallery. The edge of my seat awaits! Maybe you're enjoying yourself a little too much. Ah yes, one word of warning before I go. If, in the course of the trial this afternoon, you perceive even a shadow of doubt about the truth, don't let it out of your sight. Pursue it like a dog with a bone! Like a hound with a Baskerville! To the bitter end, you understand? Do not falter, whatever may come to pass. We got Shulbs watching over us, we can't fail. Alright, I understand. Thank you. Good! Shall make myself scarce then. Purchased a bar of caramel earlier, so I shall be gnawing on that as you gnaw away at the truth. Is this Chekhov's gun? What is that? Shulb's caramel? What did that warning from Mr. Shulbs really mean, I wonder? Especially the bit about whatever may come to pass. Time for the final chapter then. Determined to find the truth, no matter what. Okay. 24th of October, 12:40. Been at this for what, 3 hours now? 10 minutes, I think. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsel for the defense, are you ready? And prosecution, are you ready? Prosecution is ready. Yes, my lord! Defense is also ready. The court is aware, the case under our scrutiny began with a damaging incident at the Great Exhibition. Now find yourselves embroiled in the details of a convicted felon who was sent to the gallows a decade ago. This trial has certainly defied all expectation. And it seems to be the fate of all trials in which the Nipponese is involved, my lord. So then, let us begin our exploration in the defense's assertion that the waxwork was cardinally involved in this matter. Lord Van Zeeks. My lord? Are we still awaiting the arrival of Madame Two Spells? Not at all. She's in the antechamber as we speak, and ready to be summoned. Very well. Bring in the witness. Let's go, best girl! At once, my lord. Bailiff, show Madame Two Spells to the stand. You're about to become a lot more intense. Whoever is responsible, as I'm sure he is, means he must have had an accomplice, Dr. Scythe. What connects the pair of them? It's the waxwork. The model of the professor. That's the key to that links between these otherwise unrelated individuals. Tenuously, admittedly, but at present, it's all we have to go on. Look at that. Look at her bust. State your name and occupation for the court, please. My name is Madame Esmeralda Two Spells. Oh, waxwork artist. Oh, isn't Esmeralda the name of Wait, did I already say this? One of the witch in Wizard of Oz? I haven't seen Wicked or wait, is that what it is? It's the Wizard of Oz, but in college. I've read the Wikipedia page about it. But the proprietress of Madame Two Spells, Madame Museum of Waxwork. You know, hold on, I'm gonna look something up. Wicked Wikipedia. Do you think that's the name of the wiki page? Go to the music. Oh, I want to look at cast. Is there not a character named Esmeralda? One called Elphaba. Hold on. If you go to the movie page, it's easier to look at. Cast. Yeah, I guess not. I mean, she definitely made a curtain joke earlier in the investigation. I hope I want to look at her wiki page to see what her pun is. Is it two spells? The spells? I don't know. You'll have to pardon me for working as I testify. My new exhibit must open very soon. Oh, so he finally gets a statue, does he? Oh, that's Sholmes? No, there are two of them in the world. Oh my. What expression is she carving out of that face? A number of days ago, a particular waxwork model was stolen from... Can you confirm this? Oi, that is true. At first, we believed it had been kidnapped. Look at her! A waxwork model? Kidnapped? Yes, my lord. There's a demand for ransom money left behind by the culprit. However, according to what I have just been told outside the courtroom, that was not the true reason. Why does Ace Attorney make such good character designs that only use them for one case? You can't do this. Give her like a trilogy of games. I understand it was utilized as a substitute for the body of a murder victim. At present, that is no more than conjecture proposed by the defense. This is the victim of the case in question, Mr. Odie Asmund. But of course, I know him well. He's part of my Odious Personages exhibit. I detest to say what is evident, but Mr. Asmund does not resemble the professor at all. Yes, but perhaps their faces are very similar. If he already had a statue in there, that is weird they take the professor over him. Are you suggesting we should see now the demasked visage of the professor? I have here this key, but it's strictly forbidden to open the lock. This is absurd. Pardon? I don't know what face you've carved onto your fancy figure beneath that mask, but clearly it won't be that of the actual killer. Indeed, the man's identity was never made public after all. You know what? You know, a girl likes to go grave digging sometimes. Don't judge her for it. The trial took place in a closed court. Oh, she could have been a juror, actually. The proceedings were strictly confidential. The condemned man was summarily executed. His identity remains a closely guarded national secret. There's no possible way a repository of Tadra exhibits could get its hand on that information. Don't yell at my wife like that. Quel dommage! It would seem you are unaware of the Two Spells principle. What principles? The family Two Spells has always prided itself on sculpting its models à la perfection. Every detail, including the visage, is fashioned with complete fidelity. Et voila! Our principles. There's a well-known legend about the Two Spells waxworks from the time of the French Revolution. A member of the Two Spells family is said to have made a waxwork of the queen who was executed. Oi! That is true. It's a century ago now. I believe the queen's face was carved in the minutes following her death, actually at the guillotine site. Oh, it was Marie Antoinette? I thought it was the king. You're correct. The model is on display still today in the House of Horrors. Viva la France! We Two Spells will stop at nothing to obtain a faithful replica of our subjects. Hear me. Somewhat disturbing tenacity of purpose. It is the only way to obtain a truly lifelike representation of the subject. And it has been my family's secret for generations. Do you mean to say that beneath that mask? Oi, the true visage of the killer is there. This is ludicrous. It's out of the question. The professor spread terror throughout Great Britain. As a result, the Madame Two Spells special exhibit remains extremely popular even today. The killer, emerging from his own grave, is a sight to behold. You should come. Come, give me money, give me money! I think, madam, it would be beneficial to hear your formal testimony on this. It'll explain every detail of this macabre model, your personal involvement in its creation. With pleasure. Yeah, we'll keep going a little bit. I do know, I think there's too much more to fit into one episode. Like, before going into the trial, I saw the trial was about, probably a little longer than 3 hours. And we're like, what? Almost 90 minutes in? Like, if I could take this to like 50 minutes, that'd be great. Obviously, I have to find a stopping point. It's always awkward stopping mid-trial, right? The special exhibit in the House of Horrors is based on a rumor that shocked society in London. An impression of the visage was taken directly from the corpse, in accordance with Two Spells family principles. I enlisted the aid of the gravedigger, created a mold for the head of the cemetery just before the interment. Hid myself until he gave me a signal. I was there for a very long time that night. Oh, so do you think she saw what happened? As dawn approached, I was very worried that I could be discovered. The gravedigger? The man sanctioned this? Oi! I'll do all that is necessary to achieve the true resemblance my family is celebrated for. Nobody else knew. Only the gravedigger. What harm did he do? So you truly saw it? The face of that monster! Naturally, I was aware at the time that his identity was a secret. The two spells will not be two spells. We did not insist on absolute fidelity to our sculptures. I don't believe this. I myself have seen the special exhibit at your museum, madam. A truly blood-curdling scene, which the murderer is emerging from his own grave. The scene it depicts was the subject of many rumors in London 10 years ago. I have here a newspaper from the time. That's really convenient for you to bring! The special exhibit was based upon the picture in this article. It's the most detailed account of what happened, as reported by the eyewitnesses who saw it, all masked to blame for the Great Blade. Is this filler text or is this important? Higher than above, the popular theater continues to draw attention. Queen Victoria herself visited. Is that the first time Victoria has been mentioned by name? Theater's owner, Mr. Frederick Guy. Theater's been under the famed magician John Henry Anderson. I wonder if that's filler text or not. Krakatoa explodes! 10-year-old article. The Great Stink, I saw that. Man rises from the grave. Too absurd for words. Yeah, let's look at this. Charles Darwin to receive Copley Medal. That's a real person. Mad Sheep Rampage? That's crazy. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night at local cemetery. Cool. The man who witnessed the scene was on the verge of rising a shriek. A gunshot rang out suddenly from behind. The bullet pierced the resurrected man's chest, whose breath then stilled once more. This has not been mentioned at all. The youth then finally released the scream he'd been holding and ran for his life. Enoch Jebber, disciple at the University of London, president of its student dorms. So he could have known Barrick and Hairbrain. The public enjoys absurdity, Monsieur. Okay, sorry. That is why I've reproduced the scene as carefully as possible in my museum. The waxwork from that exhibit that was stolen some days before the incident of the Great Exhibition, wasn't it? That is correct. The professor you see before you here. Most puzzling. Counsel for the defense. Proceed with the cross-examination. Waxwork leaks Drebber to Dr. Scythe. Has to be some reason for that, which hasn't yet come to light. I'll find it. Get to the bottom of what really happened. Prove that Dr. Scythe and Drebber were in on this crime together. How did he get the key, though? Well, because the head had to be there, right? Unless she like gave the head of Asmund over or something. But I'm still assuming the killer is Asmund. Special exhibit is based on a rumor. Yeah, here. Really, that's illegal, isn't it? It's a little crime. It would seem the proprietress of this repository of novelties was blinded by monetary greed. It's art. It had nothing to do with money. The man is part of London's criminal history. That is why I had to sculpt him, to record this history. It's the raison d'etre of the Two Spells Museum. Stop making me say French, please. The man was convicted in a closed court, set for immediate execution. Surely nobody but the members of the judiciary present knew the killer's true identity. I assure you, behind that mask is hidden the true face of the professor. You realize what you're saying. His identity is a national secret. I understand. And now the truth about the special exhibit has been revealed. Let's perhaps close. Of course it will. As will your entire museum. You don't tread very carefully, man. That could be another interesting chapter in the history of my family. Don't you? 10 years ago, on the night of his execution, took a wax impression on this. Oi, exactament. So I'm wondering, okay, if the professor isn't Ozzy, whatever his name is, because that is a boring answer. What if she gave over the head of Asmund, right? And in here is actually like, I don't know, like Barrick's brother, Clint, or someone equally like shocking. She did say she had a model of Asmund, right? Like, what if part of the ransom was like, hey, give me the head for Asmund, don't say anything, I'll give you your stuff back. There for a very long time that night. You're there longer than you expected to be. I had some difficulties in capturing the subject's form correctly. As I removed the mask, the mouth of the cadaver suddenly fell open. I had some problems with the chin. Dare I ask? The man had been dead for a short while already, you see? His muscles were relaxing, consequently his chin would not align itself correctly. I'm trying to timeline this. Because a knocked driver was also there that night. Oh dear, what a horrible thought. Under normal circumstances, I would have an assistant with me. However, that night, I was alone. As a consequence, I missed my preferred window of time. What do you mean? When I take the impression of the visage of a cadaver, is it? Do you say the cadaver? Like, I know the dead body, you know, I know what it means, but I always wait until 3 hours after death. Why 3 hours? Is that amount of time significant? Rigor mortis? Yay! Wriggly mortis? The book! Consult the book! The name given to a phenomenon that occurs in recently deceased bodies. As a rule, 3 hours post-death, the muscles in the body begin to stiffen. By approximately 10, the entire body is completely rigid and inflexible. From that point on, the muscles slowly start to revert to their relaxed state. Oh, I got a text message. Who could this be? Oh, yes. The effect is often used to estimate the time of death when a body is discovered. That was an education. A slightly scary one. I guess rigor mortis hasn't been brought up at all in Great Ace Attorney, has it? Has it? Wait, I don't remember it being. As the Mademoiselle says, rigor mortis commences 3 hours after death. It starts in the jaw. Does it? I see. So that's why you wait. Before that time, the mouth falls open. Very difficult to do my work. It's getting hard for me to do my work with all this talk of corpses. Yeah, it's significant because we know his time of death is midnight, or just after midnight. So, because the jaw was loose, that means this happened before 3 a.m. And I'm feeling that after this latest topic, atmosphere in the courtroom was... Shut up. Shut up. This is no time for jokes, Susanna. Yeah. Madam, kindly amend your testimony as discussed. Fun, sir. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it again real quick because I sent a text. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I just figured I didn't want to like be silent for 30 seconds. I don't think we can present this just yet. It doesn't feel like we have quite enough. Oh, where is it? Here. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight. But, like, let's press it. Let's press it. Rigor mortis being yeah. I think you said it starts at the jaw about 3 hours post-death. Oi, sissa! First, the exact duration depends a little on the season. Didn't realize our waxwork artisan would be so well versed in the subject. No, this is only elementary knowledge in the field of legal medicine. No idea about it. Maybe I won't admit to my ignorance about forensic. Yes, my father. No. And corpses should be your domain. I'm not good with them. Oh dear. Do my best. But do we know when this was? Does there have a time here? Is there anything else about that evidence-wise? Photograph? Oh, like, we have this. I want to see how that's relevant. Balloon. Oh yeah, let's just try it. Like, it feels right.
Objection.
Yeah, okay, I just don't see what he's gonna do with this information. Madam, 2 spells. I have here an autopsy report that's filed 10 years ago now. Confirms the death following his execution at the gallows. And is that a problem? Believe it is. Is your testimony and a particular detail in the report completely contradict one another? Is it that she is still there at dawn? What? Are you going to explain yourself, my Nippon-ese friend? According to your testimony, there's creating your wax impression just before dawn. At that time, rigor mortis had not yet set in. Am I correct so far, madam? You are, yes. As I said, the stiffening of the jaw is the first sign of rigor mortis, 2 to 3 hours after death. So, when he was hanged, he wasn't actually killed. He actually came back. And then someone actually shot him and killed him? Well, no, but it replaced his body with someone else? The man's chin was limp, so he cannot have been dead for a long time. So that's not gonna be the professor, I think. On the other hand, if you looked at Dr. Scythe's report, it quite clearly states the following. Or maybe, I don't know. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight, 17th of June. No! The professor indeed died at midnight that day. Then by the time we were sculpting his face, rigor mortis would already have set in. Oi! Yes, you're right. The chin would have been completely stiff. In other words, this report is wrong.
Objection!
No coroner makes mistakes when recording the time of death. The very idea is absurd. In that case, there's only one possible conclusion. The execution didn't actually take place at the stated time. Impossible! Order! Order! Council, this is beyond folly. Not only do you indict the author of the report, Dr. Scythe, you also implicate members of the staff at Barclay Prison where the execution took place. By heck! Extraordinary! Not in mine, eh?
Objection!
By heck, that's a good one. My learned friend appears to have overlooked one very crucial fact. What fact? The professor died that night, without question. He did, of course he did. I moved the man's limp jaw with my own hands. Yes, the professor died that night. What if he didn't die at the gallows? Didn't die at... Are you insane? What exactly are you suggesting did happen in that case? It's almost impossible to believe. It'll explain the link between Dr. Scythe, the professor, and that one other person of interest. I have evidence that will explain exactly what I'm suggesting happened that night. Yeah, of course I do. Council, present the evidence at once. The evidence that allegedly explains what really happened on the night. Is it this? There's a gun. It mentions the gunshot, so if I don't have anything else, I will. I just want to double check. Actually, he got a trophy that night. Was there anything up with the trophy? I don't know what this is for. Because I don't think any... Oh, wait. If you go here... Yeah, you can't actually... Like... It's never actually made you read the side passages before. So I'm just wondering if that's actually it. Might as well go for it, right?
Take that!
What happened that night is written very plainly in this newspaper article. Executed criminal returns in the dead of night at local cemetery. Suggesting it was a corpse coming back from the dead now. Yeah, that's it. Well, if this article is to be believed, yes. The professor, assumed dead following his execution, emerged from his grave and was killed again.
Objection!
Don't be a fool. Simply a rumor published by the gutter press. Can you be certain of that? Are you serious? The point is, as the article states, there's a witness to what happened. My word! Yes, indeed! Why? The young man has stormed to the cemetery by chance that night. Of course there's a witness. The story didn't write itself, but obviously the man made it all up. In any case, this was 10 years ago now. There'd surely be no hope of finding... Oh, they don't know. They don't know. I thought it had been brought up already. On the contrary, my lord, we all know this witness well. What? Are you suggesting, counsel, that you've identified the person in question? That you know who claims to have seen these utterly incredible events take place? Yes, my lord. In fact, you could say that he's right here before my very eyes. Well, substantiate your latest claim now then, counsel. Who was the alleged witness of this staggering scene from the cemetery 10 years ago? Okay, this is like...
Take that!
Come on. Man in question? It's Mr. Enoch Drebber. Drebber? The previous witness? The special exhibit in the House of Horrors at Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork recreates that decade-old scene in great detail. The condemned criminal emerging from the grave, and beside the tomb, a young man with a lantern stumbling upon the terrifying sight. And that young man is a 10-year younger Mr. Enoch Drebber. You know, he had a camera on him. What happened to that print? That's gonna be brought up 100%. Look at that braid. She's beautiful. Order! 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 Surely not, counsel. Drebber was there, in Lowgate Cemetery. What is all this talk about Mr. Drebber? Is the name significant? Of course, she doesn't know, does she? Yes, it's extremely significant, madam. To your situation as well, in fact. What situation? The theft of the Professor waxwork from your museum some days ago was perpetrated by this very same man. None! But that would mean... Madame Two Spells. It would appear you know the name. A knockjumper. Oi, yes I know it. But from long ago in the past. What? Oh, well, yes, you probably met him to sculpt his face. Good gracious! Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know. Yes, of course. Start of a new... Oh, no, not yet, okay. I'm looking for a stopping point. The story of the young man and the terrible sight he witnessed in the cemetery 10 years ago was published in every single newspaper in London and throughout Great Britain. However, in all the articles, the witness is simply described as a certain young man. No details were published about his identity. His name was never revealed. That is, apart from in one newspaper. The Daily Circus is the paper from which comes the article I've already shown the court. Saying that his full name was only publicized in that article? Goodness me! Yes, here it is! University student, yeah. Typo science. Unbelievable! When I read the article, I want to meet with the man. Discovery of the condemned criminal coming back to life in the cemetery in the dead of night. Like a perfect exhibit for my house of horrors, whether it's the truth or not. I see. You wanted to meet Mr. Jubber in order to sculpt a waxwork in the main, did you? Exactement. You're studying science at the University of London in those days. It's just a poor student. Paid him £5 to model for the waxwork. Since that time, spent in my museum to recreate the scene of terror from the cemetery. Like a perfect calling point. Coming right up. Dot. So 10 years ago, a young man appealed to the public about an extraordinary event he'd witnessed. A criminal who'd been put to death, re-emerging from his grave in the middle of the night. The public treated his claim as nothing more than an amusing anecdote that was soon forgotten. 10 years later, the same man steals a waxwork model of the executed criminal, ostensibly to use as a body double for the victim in the case we're discussing here today. Even though the waxwork's build is a poor match for the victim, the face is obscured by a mask. So the question is, why would the man do such a thing? Which brings us to 3 days ago, when the birdcage crashed into the Crystal Tower. The birdcage had in fact contained not the body, that same waxwork. Coroner from Scotland Yard, Dr. Scythe, would have noticed immediately. And yet, she submitted this autopsy report for the victim, which the court had seen earlier. Why? Because the waxwork is that of the professor. Is that what you're saying? Oh, so she's not necessarily in on it, but she's covering it up? Dr. Scythe put her name to a document confirming the death of a condemned criminal who was still alive. A criminal whose apparent resurrection was witnessed by Dr. Drebber. That misconduct was a deadly secret the coroner would do anything to protect. Which is precisely why Mr. Drebber used that particular waxwork as the body double. Yo, that's actually... I like that twist, that they're not working together. Ah! My lord, this court must summon Dr. Scythe to the stand. The defense is determined to find out exactly how the coroner and Mr. Drebber are connected. Allow, come on, man, Six. According to the missive I received this morning through the prosecutor's office, Dr. Scythe is unable to participate in these proceedings. Is that not the case? Come on! Be our guy. She told us so herself, didn't she? He won't be summoning me as a witness. Lord Strongheart has forbidden it. Yep. Pandora's box. Open it, come on, Six. Surely nobody would want to get at the bottom of that more than Lord Six. Come on! The prosecution calls for the instructions of that missive to be scrapped. Let's go! But Lord Six, the missive was issued by Lord Chief Justice's office. This assigned prosecutor is the final say on policy in any particular trial. In other words, me. I love him. Yes! Let Enoch Drebber and Dr. Scythe both take the stand together. Order! Very well. I'll uphold your request. Bailiff, set this opponent with immediate effect, addressed to Dr. Scythe of the forensics team. The woman is compelled to attend on Her Majesty's orders. Alright then, a knock driver and Dr. Scythe. If we weren't colluding with one another, this crime would never have been committed. The stones throw away. I can feel it! The truth behind all this is about to come out. Can you tell I'm excited by my voice? This got hype as heck within the span of 3 minutes. Okay. Oh, she's still here with us! Let's go! Okay, that's a great stopping point. I'll see you guys next time for hopefully the finale of this case. Bye!